Okay, so welcome everybody to today's presentation. Just a couple of housekeeping things, as I mentioned before. Just put yourselves on mute as the presentation is going on, then feel free. You can unmute yourself, ask any questions you have, or if you want to use the text chat, you're more than welcome to do that, and I could watch for any questions that are in there. So without any further ado, I'm just going to do an introduction on my coworker. So, and I probably should have asked you this probably, Maitri, before. I feel like I'm going to say your last name wrong. Mao?
Mo.
Mo, gosh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Maitri Mo. She's from Windsor, Ontario. She's a professional with a bachelor's degree in business from the University of Windsor. Over the past 2.5 years, Maitri has immersed herself in the IT industry, where she's cultivated a strong foundation and gained invaluable experience. With a passion for innovation and problem solving, Maitri thrives in a dynamic environment, leveraging her expertise to navigate complex systems and collaborate effectively with indispensable teams. So welcome, Maitri. We're glad to have you here.
Wow, that's a really good introduction. Thank you, Liz, for the lovely introduction. And thank you, everyone, to join today's presentation about Google Workspace. Without further ado, I will share my screen and go through the presentation. And there I go. Let me share my screen. So everyone can see my screen here.
Yeah, we see it, but not in presentation mode, just the...
Yeah, you can see it?
Yeah, and we see the slides off to the side as well. I didn't know if you want to put it in. Yeah, good. Awesome.
Good, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome to Google Workspace webinar. My name is Maitri again, and today's date is the 7th February 2024. So let's dive right into it. What is Google Workspace? So Google Workspace, which was originally known as G Suite, is a rebranded name. Google G Suite have become Google Workspace in 2020, which was a part of rebranding. And it's basically a collection of cloud computing, productivity tools, and collaboration tools, basically made by Google. Now, here are some of the Google collaboration tools that we are all familiar with. There is Gmail, there is Calendar, there is Google Meeting, there is Google Chat, there is Google Drive, there is Google My Business, there is Google Keep, which is like a note-taking tool, and then so on. I just wanted to kind of put them into different categories as to what of these tools goes under which category. So if you want to collaborate, for example, the collaboration tools are Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google PowerPoint. There is also something called Jambo Board, which is basically a whiteboard created by Google where you can collaborate with others, using whiteboard. There is also managing and organizing task tool, which is Calendar. So as you know that nowadays, how busy we are with our schedule, it's very, very important that you take care or you keep a track of or organize your day in that sense that what you are doing at what time of the day. There is also communication and collaboration tools. So being at Gmail, where you are communicating with other people via emails. There is Google Chat, where you can communicate with your team members, for example, or any colleagues if you like. And then there is Google Meet, which is basically alternative to Zoom, where you can meet people virtually and have your meetings there, but all at one place under Google. There is also, when you are doing business, you can utilize some of the things Google Workspace offers. There is Google Website. Google do let you have a one-page website where you can have, if you just need a basic kind of interface to show your product or services, especially services, you can have your Google website, you can have your Google profile, and etc. I put a quote here that's provided by VP of Google Workspace. Is Google's Workspace include the productivity apps you know and love, such as Gmail, Drive, Docs, Meet, and many more, in one location so that you can create, communicate, and collaborate. Now, I know that many of you have businesses or trying to do business. Here are a few things that you need to remember when you are trying to create your professional email address using Google. So, when you create a free account in Google, you just get an email. For example, my name is Maitri. For example, if I create a Google account or Google Gmail account, I can have maitrimo@gmail.com. But when you are representing with that email your company, you obviously want to have your company's extension with that email. So let's say maitrimo@sosocompany.com or .ca. When you are trying to create your professional email address using Google, you have to remember a few things. Make sure that you have a Google Workspace account. Now, I will put the link to the chat later on, where and how to create the Google Workspace account. Make sure you have a domain. Domain is basically your internet address where people can access your website or your information. So make sure that you have a website domain name when you are trying to create a personal email address using Google. Now, Google itself provides domain services, but if you don't, for example, if you have a domain from any other provider, such as GoDaddy or any other place, you can also have that domain and connect it to your Gmail business account and have your customized email. And then you can create your emails. So first you have to have a Google Workspace account, you have to have a domain, and then you can create a professional email address. We will touch base a little bit on what is Google Drive. So Google Drive is basically your own personal online storage place to organize your G Suite files and folders, much like a desktop computer. Google does provide you about 15 gigabytes of free storage space to keep your files or folders in Google Workspace or G Suite. But if you need more than that, obviously there is a paid version where you can get more kind of storage if you need to. It's very cost effective. It doesn't cost that much to even have more storage. Again, instead of you keeping all the files on your computer, in this case, you can keep it in the cloud called Google Drive. Now, I wanted to touch base on some of the things that I know most of you knows about it, Google Docs, Google Sheets, but what Google Docs has to offer for you, right? So Google Doc has real-time collaboration. You can collaborate with other people, be it in your team members, be it you are doing project with other people, you can collaborate with other people. Again, there is cloud-based storage. You get 15 gigabytes of cloud-based storage for this. Also, Google Docs autosave. So if you're, let's say your internet cut down or something happened that you couldn't save a file, you don't need to really worry. It autosaves everything you do. You can see your revision history. You can add comments and suggestions. Like Microsoft Word, there is also a ton of template in Google Docs, such as, for example, if you're building your resume, you have to have like a timesheet for your employees. There are tons of different type of docs you can work with, or doc templates. There are research tools available. There are also voice typing available. So for example, we type all day. If you get tired of typing and you can't type anymore, you can just talk, and with the voice typing, it will type itself. Google Doc also has a lot of add-ons to offer. It's like a marketplace where you can see a plethora of things where you can choose and pick which add-on works for you. There is tables and charts. You can use it in offline mode as long as the setting is turned on. So if you want to use it offline, make sure that your setting is turned on for that. You can do importing and exporting using Google Docs as well. So if you are importing a file from your desktop computer, that's also possible. You can link and bookmark. You can also word count, document statistics, and there is advanced formatting options. Now I'll touch base a little bit on Google Sheets as well. What is Google Sheet is used for and what you can do. Google Sheet, you can also collaborate in real time. So you can collaborate with other people, be it your team members or people you are doing assignments or projects with. There is, again, cloud-based storage. There is Google Sheet add-ons. So you can do a lot of add-ons. Actually, on Google Sheet, you can add-on in the sense you can add scripts. So if a developer working on your script to automate something using Google Sheet, you can do that under the add-on section. You can also see your version history. You can also do data importing and exporting. So whether you have a JSON, CSV, Excel file on your desktop computer, you can import all of these, and you can also export or download all of these on your local computer using Google Sheet. You can use advanced formulas and functions. So, it's more like, a Microsoft like Excel, but in a little bit advanced way when it comes to formulas and functions. You can also do conditional formatting. So for example, if you have a data set, you want to kind of visualize your data and see let's say you have 12 months worth of sales data and you want to see which month was better, which month was lower. You can do conditional formatting and see where do you stand in terms of sales every single month. So conditional formatting is something you can also utilize. You can do data validation. There is also, like Microsoft Excel, charting and visualization, filtering and sorting. You can do Google app integration. So you can pretty much, it's like a marketplace where you can add any app you like. So there is Gmail Marge apps. There is different basically apps you can have that is integrated with your Google spreadsheet. You can also do automation with Google Apps Script, which I will go on in detail a little bit later, but you can add your ad script and automate things in Google Sheet. And then Google Sheet has offline access as well. So if you haven't saved anything, don't worry about it. It will automatically save. And then if you have the offline option turned on, you can work offline as well. Now, here are some of the formulas I wanted to highlight that I use a lot, but there are tons of formulas you can use in Google Sheet. There is some formula, for example, I highlighted, which we use a lot, average. There is logical expression or if formula. There is VLOOKUP, there is concatenate, there is a lot of formulas. If you want me to show you how these formulas work, let me know. When we do a walkthrough, I can show you, or we can go through some of them. Now, another thing I wanted to touch base on is Google Slides. Actually, my presentation today is made out of Google Slides. So much like your Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slide also provide you a lot of options to make your presentations. Google Forms is another thing. So for example, if you are doing a business and you have to, let's say you have to know how many employees are going on vacation in the month of May. Google Forms is a very good way to kind of get answers from other people. It has multiple choice options. There is, they also do like a question answer. You also can do question answers. So and there is a lot of theme customizations options as well. So with Google Forms, you can send out a form easily, and it's free of cost, obviously. And there are a ton of options that will help you kind of go through your daily days and tasks and all that. Now, I wanted to touch base on this as a little bit, that how you can use Google for businesses. So you can have, again, Google Business Profile, which is you can have your Google Shop. And with your Google Business Profile, you can have like other things. You can have Google Ads, so you can run ad campaigns using Google. And then there is also, again, Google Sites, which is basically a free version of kind of Google website interface that gives you one pager to enlist your product or services. That being said, I will share you my screen and go through some of the things that we talked about. But up until this point, if you have any questions, let me know. No questions?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you no questions, and there's no questions in
the chat as well.
Chat. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Let me just share you my screen and show you some of the things maybe can help you.
Lee's just raised her hand for a question.
Yes, please.
Oh, Lise, you're on mute.
You are on mute, yeah.
Of course I am. So you were talking about collaborate, and we did a little bit of that on another webinar that we were both on. And so, but what I didn't know is how do you make that happen? Do you just invite people? How do you share that document so other people can collaborate with you? That was
okay.
the part that I didn't understand.
Sure, I can just share you my screen. When I do the walkthrough, I can show you how you can add other
Perfect.
people to collaborate with you, right?
Okay.
So everyone can see my screen here.
Yeah, we can see it.
I can see Liz, so if you just do hands up, I would know. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it, Maitri. Sorry.
All right. So for example, when you are on your Google Workspace, you will see, you click this 9 dots and you will see a ton of option here. Now you actually can kind of move them as per your kind of preference, whichever you use the most. Then let's explore one by one. So if I go to Gmail, one thing that I wanted to tackle in this presentation is that when you have a business, you run bulk emails, right? You send people email marketing campaigns, you can send them your offers, promotional things, and so on and so forth. There are a couple of options to do this. I'm going to go through one by one. So for example, if I go compose, right, you will see that there is CC, there is BCC, blind carbon copy. So when you send blind carbon copy emails, other people, so you will think that I am only sending that email to you, even if I send it to 200 people, right? You can copy and paste from an Excel sheet if you have the client data in an Excel sheet using BCC. That way you can do. In one thing about BCC, when you send bulk emails in BCC, you can't really specify their name. If you can't really make it personalized. I can't say, hey, Liz, it should be, hey, this is the, you can't. So in that case, if you have the Gmail business version, there should be another option to send bulk emails, and you can make it personalized and add a CSV document or an Excel document to send that bulk email. A few things you can do here is that you can, let's say, send your messages encrypted. If you are sending something confidential that you don't want anyone else other than your client to access, you can do encryption. And then basically the regular things we use every day. Now, speaking of bulk emails, you actually can use Google Sheet to send bulk emails for free. You can have an extension, but this is something I really wanted to show you how you can send bulk emails using your Google Sheet. So for example, and I will put this link to the chat just so you can use it later on. So you can see my screen. So this is the link you will go to send bulk emails free if you don't have a business profile and you have the customer email list with their names or with other supporting data in an Excel sheet. All you do is, if you scroll down, it's not this link. Let me get the other link. Just give me a sec. Okay, this link. Also, you can have like extension, but most of them are paid. This is the only unpaid option to send bulk emails with, personalized emails when I say bulk emails. So I'm going to put it in the chat as well. So if you go here, make sure that you have this spreadsheet, right? And the difference between this spreadsheet or me opening any other spreadsheet is the extension here. So you will see this is already a created kind of coded page so that you can send bulk emails personalized, right? So you see there are names. Make sure that you have this recipient column and then the email sent column. So let's say that I want to send my columns. Let's say that I want to send my clients some emails, bulk. So let me put some emails here. let's say. Let's say I want to send some emails to this emails in bulk and their name is, let's say. I'm just gonna type anything. So to send personalized emails, first you go to this link, you put all the information you need to put in that Excel spreadsheet to send bulk emails. And this is the only free option if you don't have the business account. So if you go here, you will type a draft email. So make sure that you use a curly bracket when you are using this draft email. So let's say, I actually wanna type word by word. So I want my recipients to be here. Let's say promotion. Let's say, hey, here is the discount code for, let's say, no tax promotion. Right? So let's say I have drafted this email, right? All I have to do is now here, I go back to the same spreadsheet where I have my data, right? And you will see there is the mail merge option. So you will go here and you are running this script. This is a little bit complicated, but I just wanted to show you because I have a lot of clients who struggle with sending personalized bulk emails without paying. And then you go advanced, you go here. It's not unsafe at all. It's Google's script. So now that I have run this, I go back to my email, right? And I go by this header or the subject line. So I go here, mail merge, send email, and then I look for the same draft email that I have written here. So I'm just gonna cross this so that the draft email stays there. So it's running the script. So you can see here, I sent personalized email to these people at this time of the day, 9:24. That's one way of sending bulk emails for free if you are running marketing campaigns and you want to make them personalized. Now you can go here and check if you have received. So see, I have received that email. So that's one way of sending bulk emails if you have, if you don't have like the business account or so on. Again, if you have the business email, there is 1,500 per day limit of sending bulk emails to your customers to send like marketing things. That's something you can do using your Google Workspace. Now you will see here your calendar option. Other options here as well. There is Google Keep if you are taking notes, if you have contacts and all that, everything else. Now, to come back to Liz's points, if I go to Google Drive, let's say new document. And here is how you can collaborate Liz with other people, is that if you come here, and then if you say share, I can just type the person's, let's say work document, and then you save it. And then you can send it to any email address, whoever you want you to work with, right? So that's something you can do. It's like your Google, kind of like Microsoft Word. There is different options here as well. You can insert, you can format, you can tools, you can do extensions, you can do add-ons, right? So remember I told you add-on is like your marketplace. You can see tons of different options for you to explore. You can see there are different apps if you need a document sign, if you need another form creator, If you need a phone book, any type of extension you need, you can get all of these. Some of them can be paid, some of them can be unpaid, depending on which one you are using, but there is a ton of option for you to integrate. Another things you can see is maybe you can see the amount of files. Again, I told you there is 15 gigabyte storage space for free, but if you need more, you have to pay for that kind of extension, like extended storage space. Then there is Google Sheets. I don't know if you guys have any questions about Google Sheets, but I have kept some, for example, sample data. And then I can show you a few things. So do you have any specific question about Google Sheets, any of you? Or I can just show you a few things you can do in Google Sheets maybe that you can help.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free that you could unmute here and ask any questions.
Hi, Maitri.
Hi, yes.
I have just a quick question because I really I would like to learn, and just you mentioned about the bulk email, sending bulk email. So 2-3 weeks ago, I was just doing this and for some project and in Excel. So all like 4,000 emails, right? I extract from the system, and then you have to put the formula in one cell and then bring all those email in one and then copy and paste. Here I'm just seeing first time with the Google Docs, so in Excel sheet. So when you put all those email addresses, right?
You
And
just put it in the Excel sheet.
yeah, Excel sheet. So it is totally different for me. So if you can send or share that link, so I can go and explore a little bit, and this bit sounds good because it will save the time as well. Yeah.
Yes. I'll put all everything I'm doing here or everything I'm showing here will be once I get a chance. I'll put everything in the chat. But yeah, I have gotten this question from a lot of my clients that they struggle copying, pasting a lot, sending bulk emails. This is something you can do as long as you don't touch this script. If you want to touch the script, you can as well. You can see what the script is saying in different ways. So if you go here, app script, you can see there is also comments. You can run and change things. So for example, there are comment about every single line of this sheet. So you can scroll that, but don't touch it if you don't understand or don't change anything. As long as it stays like that, you don't touch it, you can use it for mail merge.
Okay.
So for the Google Sheet, I have some sample data here. If you want me to show you anything, kind of any formatting or anything like that. So for example, I was telling you guys about conditional formatting. So for example, there is a range of people and I want to see where do I stand. So you can go to data. You can do also a lot of data visualization as to you can validate your data, clean up your data, and so on and so forth. There is a ton of option in Google Sheets. So for example, if I go here, I go conditional formatting, I can actually format these cells and see. So let's say that I want to see the numbers that are above 25, right? So is equal to actually greater than, let's say I want to see which columns are more than 25. I can see here that these columns are more than 25. I can change colors if I want. Sorry. If I want, I can change the colors of the cells to visualize this data better, to see where I stand with these numbers. You can do a lot of different things with Google Sheet, obviously. Doing numbers every day, you can do conditional formatting, you can see, you can do the same things you can do in Excel. Instead of saving it in your computer, you are just saving it in the cloud. Some other things that I wanted to mention about Google that you can utilize. Some of the things you can probably write down is that Google has domain services, so you can have your domain from Google. You can also have your Google site, which is basically one pager that Google provides you. If you have a Google business profile, you can send 1,500 mails a day in bulk. If you don't have it, you have the Google App Script extension, which also linked with your can be linked with a spreadsheet, can send bulk emails personalized, or you can just use the BCC function to send bulk emails. Some other things is Google Sheet, obviously Google Docs. There is also a ton of other things. There is Google Ads, which you can run. There is also Google Analytics. If you have a Google account and a website, you can track your Google Analytics, your data, or your kind of Google activities on your website to your Google Analytics account. If you want, let me know. I will give you a touch base or a walkthrough on that as well. So these are some of the things. Also, I have noticed this is a very new thing about Google. Google also have a password manager. So if you are okay saving your passwords in the storage or in a cloud, in that case, you can use Google Password Manager. So all in all, Google provides you all of this under Google Workspace for you to kind of collaborate, communicate, and have productivity.
Maitri, sorry, I didn't see this one question down here. Can you also show how to set up drives to share, which would result in sharing all files within the drive?
How to set up drives to share. So can you rephrase this question for me? Deborah, you can just speak and tell me.
Yeah, so you showed her how to share a file. So that
Mhm.
shares an individual file. But if you set up a shared drive, then you can drop a bunch of files in that drive and then just share the drive and everyone
Yeah.
can access the files.
Okay, I get it. Let me show you. It's here. Okay. So let me create my drive. So let me share you my screen and then show you what Deborah is saying. So when you have a drive, right, one way of sharing it is how I was showing, that you send a file to someone, but you can actually send files to people, right? So you basically go here and search for people or groups, and then you basically add their email address or whatever, and then they can see the whole drive or whatever information in that drive. You can create folders and share it to people as well. So if I create folder here, let's say, so let's say you are working with other people and then you want to share a folder. You can just share it with other people. You can just share it as a link, or you can share it with other people. My Zoom is like covering my page, but you can go here, share, and then share it with whoever you want to share with. So that's another way of sharing. If you have a folder where all the documents are there and you want to share it with like 10 different people, or you are okay if you send them a link and they can access it, you can do it as well. So does that answer your question, Deborah? I can't see you anymore.
I'm assuming you're using the free count that you're showing them, because if it's a suite, then they can actually set up drives that they can share a whole drive as well, and then all the folders within the drive would share. But I didn't see that option there.
No,
And
because I'm not using.
you're in the free one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the free one, yeah. If you have the business one, obviously there is the bulk email options, there is the sharing folder options, but those come with the business account. I can put it in the chat that what you need, the link to create your Google business account. Just bear with me for a moment. I'm just gonna put some of the links in the chat. So there are some links there. Let me know if. So coming back to my presentation, that's what was kind of a little bit walkthrough. Obviously, you can do way more than that. You can see if you have what's your kind of security, what's your is your Gmail setting. I actually can show you in a quick walkthrough where to find those settings. So if you go here, if you go under your account, you can actually see your personalizations, your different settings on your Gmail. You can also, if you don't have your, let's say, two-step verification, that's something you can do here as well. So make sure you are checking those settings. I often see clients don't have, two-step verification process going on, people that you are sharing. So you can see those settings here. Now, if you want me to do kind of a different webinar or a separate webinar just about Google Sheets or Google Docs or anything specific about Google, I can propose that to my team and see if they're okay with that. But going back to my presentation. All right, so coming back to my presentation. Yes, so that's kind of the end of my presentation about Google Workspace. If you have any questions, this is the time for it. Also, here are some links about our PARO Center. Give us a shout out. We have our Facebook, we have our website, and we have our Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can find us everywhere. And here are the details about our head office location, our phone number, head office phone number, obviously, our PARO general email inbox email. And that's about me. So I'll stop share here and I will take your questions. Again, thank you for listening to this presentation and it was my pleasure.
There's two questions. I see Lise has her hand up and Jennifer typed in the chat, what about Google Tags setting up?
So Google Tags as in on your website?
She didn't say Jennifer. Is it on your website?
Where are you setting up the Google Tags?
Yes, on the website.
Yes. So the way Google Tags work is kind of like SEOs, so search engine optimization, which are basically the keywords you are using to kind of, more specify your product or services. So there is actually a place where you can find Google Tags. I can put it in the chat for you. Might be helpful. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in the chat, but I think that's how Google Tags work, but I will have to double check which type of Google Tags are you talking about. Is it on your website? Back office, if you can speak up.
Oh, yes, I'm trying to my website and I've been trying to post in for the Google tags. So I was wondering if you have information about how to set
Is
it
it
up.
under your meta tags?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the SEO. So you basically can add your Google tags under your products or services to make it like specify it. There are Google tag generators, free ones as well.
Yeah, I know I've been trying to do it myself, but every time I do it, something else comes up that something is wrong. So I'm trying to figure it out.
You have to show me what you are trying to put in there to kind of get a better understanding. But in general, tags or meta tags or Google tags, if it's in the e-commerce back office, they're working as a SEO identifier of your product and services, keywords, things of that nature. But if you have something else, then I can look into it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes,
Lise, go ahead.
Just, so Maitri, you're going through everything very quickly. My brain can't keep up. So the recording, I'm assuming that we can access that, and how and where would we access it?
That's a good question for Lori.
Yeah, for sure. Lise, if you want to just send me an email and just
Mhm.
ask me, and I'll get it out to you once it's made.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And anybody else that wants it, just let me know. You could send it to makingadifference@paro.ca.
Yeah. Also, anyone else we still have 15 minutes, so feel free to unmute yourself. I'm done with my presentation, and ask me any question you have, or if you want me to look into anything.
Hi,
Hello.
thank you very much. That's very helpful. How do we do an out of office?
Email?
Yeah, for anyone email.
So it's in the setting. What email are you using? Gmail?
Yeah,
Okay. I know there is the rule option in Outlook. I can just check it out for you.
oh, Outlook is, yeah, that's fine. I use that for work, but our personal, yeah, the personal business is Gmail.
Okay. So it should be on your settings. So if you go to your Gmail,
Do you mind sharing your screen if possible?
Yeah. let me see it myself first, because this is also. And then- Application responder. So, okay. Let's do it together, because I haven't done it before. But I'm pretty sure there is a way. So let me share you my screen, and then we could go through this together. You go to your Gmail first. I'm just gonna open it in another tab. So you go to your Gmail. Then you go to your settings, Gmail settings, see all settings. It should be somewhere here. Yeah, it's here. So do you see vacation responder? So you can put up vacation responder on. You can choose the date. So when you are going, you are coming back. You can put a subject line. You can put your text here. You save the changes. So when you are leaving the office, you do that, vacation responder on, and then you do vacation responder off when you come back. Otherwise, it will keep sending the, if you have a date range, that it won't do it. But if you don't have a date range, it will still send the vacation messages.
Thanks very much.
Anyone else have any question?
No? Okay, well, if you think of any questions, just let us know. And Maitri, I don't know, did you want to just put your email in the chat, and then if there's any questions?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Jennifer. You work for Google?
No, I don't. I work for PARO. But
Okay,
it was
no,
just a part of our Wednesday webinars where we do different type of educational kind of presentations or webinars where we walk through different subject lines. Sometimes it's accounting, sometimes it's tech, sometimes it's CRM, whatever the subject line may be. But I don't work for Google, I work for PARO.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure if you actually yourself does stuff on Google for clients.
No, I work for PARO. We just,
Okay.
I work as a business counselor. If you ever need like help, I'm sure we can do mentorship or something where we can walk through Or if you guys show enough interest, we can do maybe another part 2 of this and do kind of more specified, not an overview, but specifically we will talk about, for example, sheet or doc, whatever the case might be, we can do something like that. But if you need help, you can email me, we can set up a mentorship session and go through things that way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I believe no one else have any question for me. I have put my email address in the chat. I have also put some links, but if you have any other questions, feel free to reach me out via my email. Again, it was my pleasure presenting today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Maitri. It's very useful, very useful.
Thank you so much, Maitri. Appreciate it. And thanks everybody for joining us today. We're glad that you're here. And yeah, just keep watching if we do a follow-up in the coming months. It'll be listed on our webinars on our page. So thanks everybody for coming. And again, thanks, Maitri. Appreciate the information.
Thank you.